Talking about coming home to being. Got a little delayed as there was a little new energy. We're kind of coming out, bringing this teaching of simplicity, teaching of being, the teaching of relaxation into the world. That is what we're here to do. That is what I've been doing for the last 20 years. Walking this path of relaxation, investigating and moving through these different layers of awakening, this layer of kind of getting in touch with the different aspects of yourself, the different aspects of your thoughts, your subconscious. So that's kind of what we're talking about here when we say coming home to being. It is this path of opening up to the simplicity of being. And since this is such an easy teaching, most people tend to make it more complicated than it need to be. Tend to make it more complicated than it is. Because we have kind of lost faith, trust in ourselves, in life, in the reality of truth. So we instead kind of have been taught to put focus on all these external things. And thus we're using our energy kind of in always like a combatant way. Always kind of all this stuff is of course happening on a unconscious level, but we're always using our energy for the means of the external life out there. So the path of being is kind of returning to the simplicity of ease. It's when you are in being, you feel there's this easeful, gentle flow of life inside of you, this energy that you're connected to. You're connected to with gentleness, with softness to this being, to this body. It is kind of like a loving embrace. And then through this loving embrace, when you're allowing this being to kind of come in and come out, then you're like naturally loving and being and kind to your surroundings, kind to your own being, kind to your surroundings. So that's kind of the essence of this teaching. So when you are naturally in your being, you naturally relax, you naturally smile, you naturally feel at ease. And yet we don't necessarily always feel this when we relax or when we are in our being, because there's a lot of tension or a lot of all these thoughts that we hold on to, or all these emotions we hold on to, all these experiences, all these physical ideas and physical experiences of tension and combativeness is what we kind of hold on to. So we kind of get lost. But so that is where we need kind of some guidance and reminders to return to this gentleness, to return to that which we are, and to kind of allow when we allow ourselves the faith of and trust, and to allow ourselves to return to intention, then suddenly things can kind of magically kind of align. Aligning means that suddenly things that you're holding on to, or people you judge, or things you feel uncomfortable with can suddenly feel different. They can suddenly release this unconscious tension in the body or in our heart or in our mind, can suddenly release, and it's kind of magical when it clears. So it's kind of so magical that we barely dare to say that it can be this easy. In my last retreat, after the last day, she was like, wow, she was feeling a lot of tension and a lot of emotions and thoughts coming up. Because when we relax, a lot of stuff can come up from that has been hidden down below. But instead of like fighting them and trying to fix them, suddenly you can allow them to kind of pass through, find release, find enlightenment, if you may. So then in this process, you suddenly things can just clear, and you're just, like she said, she just suddenly felt like a clearing. And that is the beauty of this journey, because when we are in our being, gradually we return to the choice of just clearing, allowing it to clear, to be enjoyed, not out of desire or necessity or desperation, but out of ease, out of naturalness, out of maturity and understanding of our own being, understanding of how we can naturally connect with our body, naturally connect with life, naturally connect with consciousness, our mind, spirit, the divine. Like everything kind of, we can kind of start to find these different parts of our mind, of our heart, our body, and it can start clearing a little bit at a time. We don't want to clear too much too fast, because it's so marvelous to clear that it also takes time to kind of adjust to this clearing, come to terms with it, accept it, as it's kind of miraculous and hard to, takes time to return to its naturalness as being. So that is the path of coming home. It's like a gradually returning to that gentleness that we have as a little child, when we just kind of, we're connected to life around us and with ourselves, and we're kind of just observing and letting nature, letting our surroundings kind of flow. So yeah, and as part of these talk, we also usually allow you to kind of open up to this, and if you want to, kind of just close your eyes and receive this, this intention that I'm talking about. Receive this relaxation, this flow, this ease, letting it kind of just come in. It's a little unstable here today. There's a little energy coming in. There's a little energy coming in. Yeah. Allow it to kind of open up. Allow it to come through. Sometimes that's when the internet and everything kind of disconnects. And that is perfect for people watching it later. As many will. To kind of just receive it. Whenever it's time for you, it's like every person is ready at different times. Some people ready thousands of years ago. Some people are ready now. Everybody has their readiness. Yeah, let the energy kind of come in. It is kind of just the energy of you, the energy of your body. Your energy space is just kind of, as you relax, your energy kind of opens up and it kind of moves through the system. And then it comes through like the shoulders, the head, the jaw, down into your hips, down into your knees, down into your ankles, like a gentle wind. And then it comes up from the ankles into, so it kind of flows through you up into your belly, into your chest, into your head, opening up and out of your head. It's like the circulation of energy that is naturally flowing inside you. It's like electricity. Perfect. And it kind of comes up like almost like a yawn, like a cat just stretching, and you're like, ooh, it's opening up and clearing through. Perfect. And if you enjoyed this video, this live, this energy adjustment, this clarity, all donations are highly appreciated to continue opening up and teaching about and bringing, guiding people towards this. You can find it on my Instagram or some Venmo or Vips in Norway, different ways to, or PayPal to contribute. Perfect. Thank you for showing up, even if everything was there was a lot of energy today. So that is kind of the beauty of it. You come in and out, you might fall asleep, you might feel like some weird stuff coming in as things move through. And I look forward to seeing you either texting or talking to you one-on-one, or seeing you on another live or on a retreat that probably comes in a couple of months, online and in Chicago. And until then, or in Norway in August. Until then, have a beautiful Wednesday, guys.